this news that I found, this is insane, okay? This is insane. Trump is planning on hosting himself a military parade in Washington, D.C. He is planning on putting a military parade for himself on his birthday in Washington, D.C. I'm not joking. Like, this is some North Korea type shit. President Donald Trump for years has lusted after a big military parade over which he could preside, just like he sees leaders do in other mostly authoritative countries. During his first term in 2018, Trump wanted a grandiose military parade on the streets of DC, but Trump angrily and reluctantly canceled his plans after military leaders said it would cost $92 million after district officials complained that heavy military equipment, tanks, and planes included would tear up the roadways and cost $21 million just for the parade public safety. Now, second term Trump apparently won't be denied. According to DC source with knowledge of the plan that's being developed, Trump has commandeered Saturday, June 14th, the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army and, as it happens, Trump's 79th birthday for his military parade. It would stretch almost 4 miles from the Pentagon in Arlington to the White House, according to the source, who has stressed that local officials are just learning of it. What do we have different than North Korea at this point? Like, I don't... Okay, obviously that was a joke. We're not like North Korea yet, but this is insane. I keep saying the word diabolical, but this is actually insane. Arlington County Board Chair Takis Karantonis, I think is how you say his name, who describes Arlington as a 9/11 city that is proud of being home to the Pentagon, tells City Paper that no formal request for assistance has been made to the county. So this is all kind of just rumors at this point, but this is something that Donald Trump has tried to do in the past, and it's not very surprising that he wants to do it again. Potentially in 2018, Trump envisioned tanks, aircrafts, and other military hardware rolling down Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest in a show of force to the world. The Associated Press reported Trump originally got the idea after watching a French military spectacle in 2017 and telling people then, we're going to have to try and top it. But his grand plan fell apart when the military leaders openly worried about logistics. This is just crazy. Bowser has stepped up removal of homeless encampments and graffiti in the wake of Trump's complaints about seeing them in the street. Bowser also removed the Black Lives Matter memorial on the 16th Street Northwest after critical inquiries from Trump's transportation officials. Bowser back then, unlike now, was publicly confrontational with Trump. She fired off her own tweet after the parade was canceled. Yep, I'm Muriel Bowser, mayor of Washington, D.C., the local politician who finally got through to the reality star in the White House with the reality's $21.6 million parade event / demonstrations of Trump America, parentheses sad. But neither Bowser or the military commanders appear ready to challenge Trump this time. Yeah, she's basically bowing down to Trump, which is insane. The president recently created a new federal task force to advise him and city officials on how to improve crime fighting in the district. Sources say the task force has its first meeting on Monday. No local official is a member of the task force. Bowser, who says she's maintaining a strategic posture towards Trump, is declining to criticize the president, who has threatened to take over the entire local government. And she removed the homeless encampments, the graffiti, and she also removed the Black Lives Matter memorial because Donald Trump complained about it. Given just 10 weeks to prepare for the parade, several local officials have cautioned that a big armed forces demonstration takes a lot of coordination amongst 6 branches of U.S. military. Listen, are we surprised that Donald Trump wants to do something like this? Not really. I mean, this is very much Donald Trump coded. I think what's really worrying about this is the fact that, first of all, DC mayor is literally just there. I don't really think she has any more jurisdiction. I think back then she would talk back and she would make her place known, but she's not really doing that this time. She's kind of just falling in line with whatever Trump wants, which is so sad, but it's not surprising because a lot of these politicians are doing it. I think it's because they're scared of Donald Trump. They know what he's capable of this time around and they don't want to mess with him. Also, politicians can be very selfish and greedy, so maybe she doesn't want to lose her spot. Maybe she wants to continue to be mayor. Couldn't be me. But that's how some of them roll. We've seen how so many Republican politicians have also, who previously talked shit about Donald Trump, are now basically bowing down to Donald Trump, and they're like, oh, Donald Trump. You know what I mean? So are we surprised by this? Not really. It's just not a good look. It's really just not a good look. If the worry is that you're trying to show the world that you are powerful, babe, everyone knows about America's imperialness, okay? We all know about how America operates. We all know how we're, the military that just fucking invades based off of vibes and starts coups and shit like that if we don't like a government. I don't really like this whole grandiose gesture. Like, is it really needed? Not really. really, because everyone knows. So do you really need this big parade? Not really. You don't. You really don't. I just think Donald Trump, like, he always has to prove to the world that he's the strongest and the baddest of them all. Like, I think he has this need to just always show everyone that he's so strong and powerful. Maybe it's because he's a narcissist. I don't know. I think people overuse the word narcissist, but in this specific circumstance, I feel like he is a narcissist. He does need therapy.